Hello, hello, chef, people, students, how's it going? CE187 menu design continues. How's everybody going? Good? All right. Solid. Well, welcome. Um, first and foremost, any questions regarding week two's assignment? I will be grading the rest of those tomorrow. But did anybody have any questions on it or comments or something that they observed that they want to share? No? We're all clear? All right, cool. Well then, let us move forward. I'm just going to pull up our week so we know where we're at. And then we actually have a lot to talk about and interesting things to talk about regarding menus and menu development. So here we are, of course, got your assignment for this week is a knowledge check, so be sure to knock that out. And then, of course, within these little lessons, you have questions, okay? And so be sure to go through that, click through those buttons, answer those questions. If anybody's looked at it already, which of the following suggests an expensive menu item? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Full dollar price. Correct. All right. So it's great because you read, read two paragraphs and then answer some questions. All this has really actually critical information for when you are developing a menu. Okay. Also, check out the other part, which is the stages of production. All right. Just quick and easy, not too wild. But let us start talking about, let me stop share, menus. So first, what catches your eye when you look at a menu? What's something that catches your eye? We've been talking about menus and establishments and how they should work together, but what catches your eye on a menu first and foremost? Anybody? Ooh, font. I like that. Yeah, font. What else? Do you like pictures? Do you not like pictures? Colors, also awesome. Yeah, font, colors. What else? Anything else? Chef, what stands out to you on a menu?
Well, to be honest with you, for me, less is best. I don't like seeing all this other crazy stuff around the side. Just tell me what it is, give me a great description, and sell it based on those words that'll make your taste buds go ooh ooh ooh. But yeah, just less is best. But that's the things that stand out to me when I see too much stuff. To me, they're trying to sell me a dream, and when you put those pictures in there, and now you're just trying to sell me, really sell me a dream because my food don't look like that. So that's what I see.
So you don't like pictures?
I don't like pictures. That's just personal. I don't like pictures. Things that stand out. I always like to just simplify your menus. Your descriptions need to wow me, and then less is best.
All right, awesome. Pictures distract, Chef Vince. Less is best, and the descriptors, right? Those key important menu descriptions. Got also Mindy's talking about number of items. Yeah, exactly. Kind of whether that's going on the line of less is best or medium is just right. Who knows? Okay, so great little things. What about prices? What about prices usually stand out to you? Chef Vince and I were making jokes before class started about the dollar menu, and then he said, "What about that 4 for $4?" Okay, so deals, they incentivize you, right? Maybe there's a happy hour special. What else about prices do you like or dislike? Anything that you can think of. Do you like round numbers? Do you like whole numbers? What it is? Is it, do you like a 99¢? Think about these things. These are visuals. Whole numbers, all right? So flat Whole number coming from Mindy. Anybody else? Thoughts on that? 2 for 2s. Yeah. All right. What about, we talked about this in week 1. What about spelling mistakes? All right. I want to pull something up, and maybe some of you noticed this. Maybe you didn't. It's from the week 2 assignment. So if you did it and you were actually paying attention, you might have seen this. Let's see if you notice anything now. Make sure we get the full vision. All right. Does anybody see anything that's right or wrong? Yeah, lobster. Yeah, with a P. You got it. What else? So we got that buttered lobster. Okay, right there. Spelling mistake, numero uno. Remember, this is that fine dining restaurant, right? Choose ones, 3 courses, $60. What else? Anybody else? Look at it. Curry is misspelled. Yeah. What else? There's that curry, right? They've got an extra M there. What else? Anybody else seeing anything? What over here? Quail, boom. Yep, quail is spelled wrong. What else? I don't know about you guys, but I prefer lamb meatballs, not lamp meatballs. And I actually want to eat pork, not go to a park. All right. So, yeah, there we go. Lamb meatballs just popped in. So, how many times? We just called out about 6, right? This is a great example. Did anybody notice that while you're looking at this? It's okay if you didn't, but this is about attention to detail, right? Say you're the general manager, say you're the chef. You want to be proofreading all of your menus, okay? Also, what do we think about these descriptions? What do you all think? When you see these descriptions, do you have an idea of what you're going to get? Do you feel good about this? Are you excited about this menu? What stands out to you? And why? Not very detailed, right? Not super descriptive in their menus. What else? What about some identification on where these items are actually even coming from, right? You would expect a fine dining restaurant, $60 for 3 courses. It's a decent check average. Maybe I want to know where that lobster's coming from, or no information about flavors. All right, great. Yeah, we need more description here. Okay, in some of these instances, not all of them. Some of them are okay. Here we go. Here's something pretty easy, right? Smoked chicken thigh, mac and cheese, slaw, pickle. We know what's coming, right? Pretty straightforward. We know those flavors. But what about something where we don't know the flavors? What is that going to be like? What if I don't know what naan is, right? Or what a red curry yogurt is going to be? How could I help the customer understand more about this? How do we improve this menu to give it more information? Add more descriptive words. Yeah, exactly. Like what? What are descriptive words? When have you guys been using descriptive words before? Your narrative, your flavor journal, right? That's where we start to learn about how to talk about food, right? Is it crispy? Is it savory? Is it salty? Sweet? Okay. These are the words that will help give the customer an idea of what they're going to get. So there are a few word descriptors, right? Which might leave you questioning exactly how is that prepared? What's going on? And then there are menu examples, which I'll pull up in a minute, that have way too much information going on. I don't want to read a novel, right? So there's this kind of perfect area, right? Where it's not too short, it's not too long. Another key thing that you really want to be aware of. What do we think about how do allergies and menu descriptions come into play? April, I like that. Spicy, herbaceous. Yes, exactly. How do allergies come into play in a menu? Say I have a pad thai, right? Does everybody know what pad thai is? Pad thai is a noodle dish that hails from Thailand, made popular in the past about 20, 30 years. Key ingredients are rice noodles, some fish sauce, uh, eggs, scallions, et cetera, et cetera. But peanuts are in there. So do we think it would be important to mention peanuts in there on that menu item or not? Yeah. Why? So if someone knows what's in the dish, they can better understand. Definitely. We've got yes and allergies. Yeah. So what else might we need to put on menu items if they have certain ingredients that might be cause for allergies? You want to make sure if those are in uh, uh, your your actual dishes, you need to be pointing that out. Okay. Now, most of the time, of course, somebody with an allergy is going to say, "Hey, does this have?" Yeah, if it includes dairy. Okay. A warning. Of course, most people who are allergic are going to say, "Hey, does this dish have dairy in it? Does that have any nuts in it? Does that have soy, et cetera, et cetera?" Who's ever seen on a menu where they have little I'm gonna pull it, let me pull this up so we know all we know what we're talking about. Basically, sorry, one second. Where they've ever seen a menu where they have a little circle and then it says GF or V, right? Those are indicating that it's gluten-free or vegetarian. If the wait staff don't know, then a huge mistake can happen. Yes, exactly. You're right, Mindy. That goes back exactly to last week's talk, right? When Chef Vince was like, hey, uh, my staff needs to know what my food tastes like so that they can sell it better, right? They need to know what ingredients are in there and they need to know how it tastes. Okay, yeah, if it's spicy, if it's dull, if it's bland, right? What if somebody says, "Hey, I'm looking for something, I'm not into aggressive flavors." That waitstaff has to know what's going on in that dish, right? Really, really important. Let's talk about another factor. How do you actually price menu items? How do you think? What do you think? How do you all decide if something seems like there's value or not. Is $15 too much for a plate of fried calamari? What do you think? Is $9.99 better or $12.50? Based on cost of ingredients and target market, depends on where you are. Yeah. Okay, definitely. So your environment will influence what you think is okay to pay for a certain dish, right? What about a burger? Okay, Kathy's talking about how much you get, price, and how much quantity. What about a burger? Who's gonna pay $19 for a burger? And if so, why? Let's call it 17. That's an expensive burger, am I right? Taste, portion size. Okay, definitely, Kathy. What about when you go into let's say, how about we go into a diner? Upscale ingredients and flavors. Yeah, exactly. Totally right. Willing to pay for that, right? Maybe it is a burger that's at a steakhouse. So you know that all that beef is super fresh and they're hand cutting that, right? It's all the leftover, cuts of beef. I'll pay $17 for the best burger that's fat and juicy from a steakhouse. I have. I'm guilty of it. Only because I don't eat a dollar burger, so I figure maybe I'll have that one and then I don't, you know, instead of having 17 $1 burgers, I'll have one $17 burger, right? Okay. Personal preference, right? So, okay. These are the things that you have to start thinking about your menu items. How do you price it? What sells? What pulls you in? What else do you like to see as a consumer, as a customer? Do you want to know what the chef's specials are? Thoughts? Anybody?
Uh, for me, I think it's not only do I want to know what the chef specials are, it's how excited the server can be to deliver those chef specials as well. I think they can play a huge role in really upscaling your menu because they have the opportunities to taste it and many items on your menu because if you're in the industry as a server or cook you're eating the food you're eating so if they can get excited about it, that's a huge selling point as well. So keep your people excited.
Love it. All right, I'm going to pull up some other information. Yeah, we got some other great things coming in, talking about real beef, depending upon where you are, customer service, unique ingredients, novelty items, plate size. Yeah, awesome, great. Okay, so now something else to think about, right, as we pull this up. What do we think about, have you guys ever heard of, well, again, Chef Vince and I were talking about this before, increasing your sales, right? You want staff, your front of the house, to say, oh, you know what goes great with that burger? I mean, do you want a side salad, right? Those add-ons or a soup to start with? Maybe a shared appetizer, all right? How do you upcharge, right? You want to always be consistently increasing your check average. That's the goal, okay? Essentially, right? The higher your check average, the better for you, all right? That's really, really important. Now, here's something that I want to show you, right? Your layout. Your layout on menus can change where your eyes go, okay? That's really, really important, okay? I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to show you. Hopefully I can make this large enough so that everybody can see. All right, this is pretty interesting. All right, oh shooters. There we go. All right, so if you're talking about a one panel, right, one page, right, for a menu, the area of most attention, top of the page, right? That's where our eyes go to, right? You look at a menu, get handed, you're gonna look right at the top. Then you slowly go down, right? The area of least of attention, just below the bottom, okay? Things on the back also won't be seen as much. Now a two panel, so you open your menu, boom, top right side, okay? Most attention. You open that like a book. We go directly in there. Okay, so these are ways to it's not just what are your menu items, or what's the cost, what's my value, what's my quantity. It gets down to the psychology of how our brains work and where our eyes go. This is not sounds hokey pokey and crazy, but this is time and tested, true and true, right? Three panel, what's going on? Many panel, all right? The exact thing top of each page, right? What if you open up a big old, you get plopped down, you sit down, who's been there, and you get a menu it's about 5 pages long. What are you scanning at? You're looking at that top sector. I'm gonna go in apps, entrees. Is it divided by steak and fish, poultry? How is it getting broken down? I want to look at that first top header, and then I start making my decisions. Okay, so placement is important, even though you can't even begin to imagine that has an impact on what is going to sell. Okay, you know what another great trick is? What if you put like an expensive menu item on the maybe a $50 steak, right? $45 steak. And then you've got like a $30 Berkshire pork chop. About the same components. It's meaty, it's hearty. What are you going to do? What do you think? Maybe all the other dishes around 20s in their 20s. You got that one big steak at 45, a pork chop at about 30, 32, and then your fish and poultry are hovering around in the mid to high 20s. Anybody have any ideas on this? Boom, Amy Jo hit it. Customer thinks they're getting more for their money. Exactly, right? So it's like, wow, that steak's 45. I'm gonna get that pork chop for 32 and it's gonna be like just as awesome. I'm gonna save like almost 15 bucks, right? Or I'm gonna get the chicken dish that's a little bit more expensive. It's like 30 as opposed to the shrimp dish, which is 28, right? They're gonna go, it is a whole game, all right? We don't know what's going on actually half the time because our mind's just working and analyzing everything that's coming in, okay? But you're totally right. You put a high price menu item on there and then you cover, put the rest below. It's a way to get people. And also you should have value on that high priced item, okay? You have to have value on that. Make it good quality. Also know that you're not going to sell as many of them. I want to pull something up because this is really important. in menu design and your menu mix. It's used, I'm not going to go too deeply into it because if you want to, I'm going to be happy to talk to you about it. But it's just really kind of a way of looking at your menu mix, okay? So let me just pull this up. Okay, perfect. So this is your star, cow, dog intro, everybody. All right. This is what's up. Take a look at this. What looks good here? The star. Ooh, I see the cow. Yeah. Cow and the star. Yeah. Star is great, right? Star is definitely good. But do we think that's always going to be bringing it in, right? You want stars, okay? You got to have stars on your menu. What's important here, though? Your cash cow, the thing that sells and brings in that money, okay? Dogs, they're dying, all right? Question marks? Maybe you don't have enough time or experience with it to know how it's going to actually work in your restaurant, how the sales are going to be. But what happens? What do you guys think you should do if you've got a menu, right? And every time you're just like, man, well, we just don't sell those broccoli fritters that much. What do you think you should do? How would you analyze that? So broccoli, first, what I would look at, do I have broccoli anywhere else on the menu? Okay. Because if I already have broccoli somewhere else on the menu and that thing sells, I know I'm always going to have broccoli on hand. So I make smaller portions. It still sells enough. It's not bringing in a bunch of cash, but it's all right. People like it and they're regulars. Okay, great. What if you have an item on a menu that's not selling and you're purchasing ingredients that are not used in other menu items? What do you do then? Take it off. Why? Why do you take it off? You had something that will sell? Yeah, of course, hopefully, but we don't know what's necessarily going to sell, right? It's wasting money. Yeah. Okay. But what's the real takeaway here? Can't use ingredients somewhere else. Yes, exactly. So now you just have ingredients, right, in your storage that'll eventually you're going to turn and you're not turning it over enough, right? That's when you say, hey, you know what? It's time to pull this menu item. Now, how do you think it's the best way to introduce new menu items? Chef Vince has a restaurant and he's like, I've got the chef specials. Boom. Exactly, Mindy. Yeah. And Ray. Yeah, exactly. You make it a special. You make a special menu item. Hey, we've got the seasonal menu. We've got a weekly special. See how it sells. What's the demand like? Say it's selling, it's selling, it's selling. You can't keep it in-house, right? Keep selling out every night. Put it on the menu, right? There's demand. People love it. All right. there's a huge balance between constantly knowing your menu, what your cross utilization is. All right. Cross utilization is the key to being successful, in my opinion. One of the biggest keys. Chef, you have any really big keys to being successful with a menu? What do you think is one of the most integral and most important things?
Uh, Menu items, I would have to say staff training, because as a chef, you're back there, you're experimenting, but how do you, because you can't work all the time. I mean, how do you train your staff to get to your level? Hopefully, most of them are there, but in the real world and realistically, you have to train them. So when you're not there, nothing skips a beat. So my thing is training the staff accordingly, so you're not skipping a beat when you're not there. You know, as the boss, so making sure things are up to par. So that's huge as well.
100%, totally. What is it like when you're building out menus at your workplace, chef? What are some of the
The
key
schools?
motivators? Yeah, at schools. What are the key motivators?
Well, it's a little different for me, because
Of course, but
we're talking about food for 30,000 kids, so it's a little bit different for me, in a sense of planning the menu in this capacity. I look at it on a different scale, but
talk
at the
about
same
that.
time, it's probably a little bit worse, because not only do I have to think, I might sell 50 here, so I'm good. I can get what I need. Um, I'm on a different level to where I need 20,000 portions of, the chicken drumsticks with a certain seasoning that I want to use. As the chef, as a person creating that menu, you have to make sure that you can get the quantity that you want that's of quality. So that's their difference. Because every day I have a headache, because sometimes I can't get things or half of things, and now I have to either change the menu for all these kids, or uh, do half and sub half. So I'm always thinking about ways to incorporate different things if I have to, on the fly, because things happen. When I say on the fly, it's like 3-day notice, but that's on the fly for the amount of people that we have to serve. So it's just a different world. Same technique, same skills, just a different world.
Totally. So, but I mean, you're picking items that okay, obviously you need to have that quantity there, that it coming in and being sourceable, right? But what are some of your driving factors for picking those ideas, those ingredients, outside of the fact of knowing that you can get it?
To pick the actual items, we do tastings. We, like, our school is divided into almost regions, and we always pick a few kids from each region of our geographical map, and we have a meeting with them. We sit down, we bring them into the office. We do tastings, which is awesome. We have a couple programs within our school district that are culinary programs, which is great. So I'm always interacting with them, seeing what they like, seeing what they like to cook, because what they like is what other kids like, and we try to bring that back and try to incorporate that into the menus. Run taste testings as a chef special. We don't throw it on them all at once, because that's not cool. Or we give them an option, we give them that choice, because everybody likes choices. But we'll also set up demonstrations right in the middle of the cafes, or the lunch halls, or we sometimes we call them the main, sometimes hallways, because we have some big hallways in our schools. We do lunch out of, because it fits the flow, and our cafeterias are off of it. So it just depends on where you're at and how you set that up. Really plays a role. But the key is to get, in my case, it's the students involved. In the case of restaurants, it's getting your customers involved, getting your staff involved. That's huge. If you want to sell, you better get out there and sell it. It's almost like you became a chef, and now you need to become a salesperson, and you need to sell those items.
Couldn't agree with you more. 100%. It is about selling those items. Okay. I see Amy Jo talking about we work at a school, and tofu has been selling oftentimes more than others. Yeah. So trends. You bring up a great point, Amy Jo, that I've talked about, and I sent something out the other day about the 10 trends of 2020. It is extremely important staying on top of trends and what's going on. Okay, really, really important. Mindy was saying chicken, shoestrings, and mashed potatoes were always made for a packed lunchroom. Yeah, okay, certain things sell. We know kids love pizza, right? We know that at a sports bar, I talked about this the first week, right? I want chicken wings. I want chicken wings and I want good beer. All right. Maybe I want some nachos. I definitely want some fries, right? Different places demand certain things. What's served at a ballpark? Okay, now nowadays, arenas and ballparks are shifting, and that is a huge factor to think about, right? Back in the day, what did they sell? Some hot dogs, some peanuts, maybe a burger if you're lucky, some lemon ice, popcorn. All right, maybe a hot pretzel. Okay. Now, because of how our culture and the demand has shifted, now you have arenas and ballparks that are selling high-end food, right? They're doing pop-up shops. They're selling more unique food items because that demand is there. So staying on top of trends is of the utmost importance. Okay. Does anybody know? I'm going to give you a term from my research and development days. Chicken liver pate making comeback. It never left. All right, Ray? It never left. Yeah, actually, offal. Offal. That must be some type of inside joke, I'm assuming. But
We're doing it in the other class.
oh, are they in your CU 222?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, great. Yeah. 100% is. Actually, offal is trending and has been trending for the past few years. You're seeing full, like, let's tie this into 222. You're seeing full nose to tail utilization of parts that we didn't necessarily think. Guess what? Tacos de lengua, like taquerias, tongue, right? Tacos, hands down, one of the best tacos you can get. All right. That's offal. That's considered offal. So being on top of trends. What else is trending? That's why I sent that email out about the top 10 2020 trends. You need to be on top of things. Okay? You need to know what you can offer as a special. Let's pull this back to something that some people might have experience with. Who's ever seen, like, when McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or any of those big fast food joints offer something that's only a limited time offer, an LTO, it's called in the terms of research and development, LTO. What do you guys think about limited time offers? When you see an advertisement for something like McRibs, yeah. Or what do you guys think about when you see an LTO, a limited time offer? Are you excited? Do you want to rush there and get it? Like the Shamrock Shake that only happens in March.
They need to bring back that naked chicken chalupa from Taco Bell. That's what they need to do.
Naked chicken what?
Naked chicken chalupa. But the point is what you're talking about. Limited time offer gets people excited and they want it back. They crave it. That's what
exactly. Urgency to get it. A marketing scheme. Everyone runs to get it. I love pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks. Yeah, Ray. Okay. See, this is what happens, right? That drives that it actually, the only reason I'd go to Starbucks, okay, that's what, I think Dunkin' Donuts is starting pumpkin spice too. So you're covered if you don't want to go to Starbucks anymore. Seriously, I saw it. So these are limited time offers. They drive in customers like, oh my gosh, can you believe they're bringing the McChib? They're bringing the Dorito, Chalupa, Cheeto, Taquito, stuffed adobe chicken, I don't know, Taco Bell thing, all right? Right? And people are going mad for it, okay? That is what an LTO does. Sometimes an LTO is so successful that a company will say, you know what, we're gonna put that on the menu. We're gonna put it on. It's staying. Kind of like what we were talking about when you offer specials. So successful. Maybe it's only successful though when it is a limited time offer. Maybe it is only exciting because it's a special. Okay. Ooh, is that You got stuffed zucchini blossoms at the local Italian restaurant. I want those. It's the season for zucchini blossoms. I'm going to get it because in 2 weeks they're going to be gone. Going exactly back. Soft shell crab. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Different seasons, right? Figs, pomegranates, right? Cherries. You don't get cherries year round, fresh. At least I know. I certainly have never seen that. They come in when the season's there. You can get frozen, you can get dried, you can get jammed, you can get canned. All right. But fresh cherries are only available for a certain amount of time. So just like seasonality drives people to buy, so too do limited time offers, specials, et cetera, et cetera. So there's actually a ton of information on the class page for this week, which is really fantastic information. You're going to learn about things of, hey, what's your impact? Do you like seeing a dollar sign on the menu, or do you just want to see the number? What are your thoughts? You want to see that dollar sign, or do you not want to see that dollar sign? Does it matter? Don't. Yeah, Mindy, why? Why don't you want to see that dollar sign? I don't care for the dollar sign. Boom. You guys are all right. Guess what? There is some psychologists I'm going to pull up right here, right now, show you this, because this is wild. You're totally right on. Nobody wants to see the dollar sign, okay? Because the dollar sign brings you back to reality. And you're like, oh my gosh, now there's an actual value attached to it. When I just see the number 9, it's like, yeah, let's go for it. I want it. I want that cocktail for $9, right? When I see the dollar sign, I'm like, wait, am I really spending $9 on a cocktail? Am I crazy? Where am I? What am I doing? Right? So let me show you this, but you're totally right. Yeah. Who said it? Was that Ray again who just said, no, Mindy, because I feel like I'm spending more money. You're exactly, or yeah, true on the water dyed cocktail. Oh, trust me, Ray, it's more like 15 in the city of Chicago. All right. So I'm with you, but, not everywhere is like that, right? But here we go. I'm going to send this out to you all so you get it. But this is the psychology of menu design, okay? Really, really interesting. So I challenge you all, right, to start looking at your menus. Really start looking. I'm talking about you got to be hyper vigilant and aware, right? Not everybody saw those spelling mistakes in that menu I pulled up, right? You want to start scanning and be critical. What are those words, right? Remember, this is something we've talked about, buzzwords, okay? The psychology, listen to this, right? This sentence is the one that will get you. The psychology behind menu engineering is backed by science and countless hours of research and covers aspects such as positioning, color theory, use of buzzwords, controlled costing, and more, right? This is not a joke, right? There's a reason why when you develop a menu, you need to make sure you're hitting all of those marks. Because guess what? What did we talk about week 1? We talked about week 2. Restaurants fail. Restaurants fail in great numbers. So you need to do all that you can to not fail. And part of that is making sure you have a great menu. All right. So I'm going to send this out because it's really cool. Color confusion, the golden triangle. Where are we led to? What's going on? Right. Covert currency. All right. That's exactly what we were just talking about. I want to pull that up. Covert currency. All right. I think that's in that. Yep. Yep, here we go. Crafty restaurateurs remove currency signs from the menu to take the emphasis away from the cost of the menus you're ordering. Beware of prices written out in letters. This tactic can encourage us to spend up to 30% more, right? Wild. So instead of just having 23, it's written TWENTYTHRE written out, right? And you're like, oh, that's just a harmless little word. That's not a number. There's no dollar sign. I'm going for it, right? We were talking about this before. I'm going to start wrapping things up, and I'm going to send this out to you. Who here, let me just pull this, because this is an awesome site, by the way. Who here likes to go out to breakfast? Does anybody like to go out to breakfast?
Jeff, not me.
I hate breakfast. I don't want to. Oh, we got a yes. We got a yes. I
No,
do.
don't ever go out for breakfast.
Okay. I'll tell you why I don't like going out for breakfast. I don't want to pay $9 or $12 for 2 eggs, some potatoes, and a little bit of meat. I don't personally want to. You all that love it, keep doing it, all right? Because you know what? Breakfast joints rule the world. They're actually a really smart restaurant style, okay? There's a reason why places like Yoke, Snooze, and all these other breakfast joints are blowing up. People love breakfast, all right? As a chef, I don't like going out to breakfast because I don't want to pay the amount of money that they're charging for what I'm getting. But that's because I know what when you get a case of eggs cost, right? You start thinking about, hey, what does a case of X cost? All right, I'm gonna pull up one more thing before we start going on. But you have to start analyzing that, right? As a consumer, right? As a customer, say I don't have any kitchen skills and I just want somebody to cook me some over easy eggs and some crispy bacon. I'm gonna pay $10 for that. 2 eggs and 2 strips of bacon. And some side of hash browns. I can cook myself over easy eggs and use organic eggs and an organic meat and have my dish cost myself like about $1. All right. That's why I don't like breakfast, because I don't see value in breakfast. Unless they're offering something different. Maybe it's a brunch and there's like some great special, et cetera, right? Totally. Waffle House is paying $5 or $6. Okay, yeah. If you're getting a good value for your price point, heck yeah, I would be going to breakfast for that too if it was $5 or $6, for sure. But not when it's $9. Not when I'm going to pay $8 or $9 for an omelet. But that's just me, right? That's not everybody else. It's not the consumer. So let me pull up one more thing. And then, does anybody have any questions, by the way, that we've been talking about? No. Where the heck is this? One sec. Oh, yeah. Not able to find it. Darn. Hold on. I know I have it here. Just give me 1 second, please. I was talking about prices, right? And like, you know, the price of a case. So this is something that you want to be on the lookout when you're also buying when you're creating your menu. Where the heck is this darn thing? Yeah, all right. There we go. Wrong thing. There we go. All right. So managing that food, right? How are you ordering, right? Well, I was just telling you, hey, I don't want to pay for those eggs because I know what eggs cost, right? So something to think about. How do you package it, right? How do you purchase it? What type of quantity are you getting? I'm guessing Chef Vince deals with a lot of pallets. Am I right? Yeah. Chef Vince is dealing with massive quantity orders. All right. Completely different than maybe somebody who is getting just a master case, okay, which is just, a smaller version of that, or even just the base product, right? Okay, so it's about quantity. How much are you ordering? What are you getting, right? A few other things just to note. I'm going to share this slideshow with you guys as well. Really key important factors. We've been talking about this forever, right? Temperature, temperature, temperature. If you don't check your temps when you receive your orders at the back door, what is potentially at risk? Anybody? Can meet people sick, broken items. Yep. What else? This one is really important. Food going bad. Bingo, Marie. Yeah. All right. What if I have a French toast with caramelized bananas on my brunch menu, right? And I have in my specifications in my order that I want yellow with slightly green bananas, slightly green touch. And I get a box of bananas that are nice and yellow, and a few have some spots of brown on there. Am I accepting that? Or am I saying, nope, no, you're right, exactly. What if you don't weigh that box and you're missing out on 6 ounces 8 ounces every week? 8 ounces is a half a pound every week, 2 pounds, 24 pounds, 24 pounds. What's the price per unit? Maybe it's $6 per pound that I'm buying something for. So that's an extra 24 times 6, 120, 144 bucks, right? Gone. So you need to be checking product. You need to make sure you have a great menu mix. You need to be utilizing everything. And you got to be analyzing everything. And like Chef Vince said, you got to be training your staff, not just your back of the house staff, but your front of the house staff. How to sell those items. Where are your menu items going in? Are you putting something in a big box? Are you putting colors? Are you putting stars? What's your highlight? What's your grand slam? What's your cash cow? Money, 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 right? What's your star? How are you going to highlight those? How are you going to make them sell more? Specials, limited time offers. All right. Anybody have any questions? I know this is a lot of information, but menu development is super important, all right, when it comes to creating a restaurant or a food truck or anything, managing a cafeteria. What are you selling? What's trending? What's going on? What is profitable? What's your labor costs associated with each dish? Right? How many components does that dish have? How many people does it take to make that dish? All right. Let's just pull back up to class. Like I said, really pretty straightforward this week. You guys, there's a lot to learn in this class, so I wouldn't take it lightly because you're missing out on a good class if you do. But really, all you have to do is get in there and do those readings and take that knowledge check. I see a question from Mindy. Mindy, how do you decide what is the first item on the menu of each section? All right, I'm going to actually put this psychology of menu right here in the chat right now. And then I'll also send it out. But that way you all right now who are lovely, wonderful people who are here and if we make it can get access right now, and everybody else get it in a little while. But there it is. It depends what's the first item on the menu of each section. Get into this psychology, because you're going to see that even the placement, right, is of those items are going to affect those decisions. All right. Do you want it to be the best, strongest, most expensive one? Not really. Okay. You might want to have that, like, if you think about like walking into a lake or an ocean, and you're not sure how that water is going to be, right? So if it's really cold, you're going to be like, whoa, right? If it's super expensive, you're like, what the heck did I just do, right? You might be like, back it up, all right? You don't want to get in there. Make it gentle, all right? Okay, that's approachable. Now I'm going to keep looking. Then I'm going to find a low hit, and then I'm going to have a higher one, then a little bit of lower, and then more mid, right? There's a whole science that you're going to see of how you actually build that out. Okay. Additionally, in your readings, you will see how really important it is. Most important thing, if you are going to put a price, whether it's in $1.95, $1.99, or $2, right? Be consistent. Your menu needs to be consistent. All right. Keep that. We were talking about font, color, description. Don't be overly descriptive. Don't be too short. And if you're going to put prices, make sure that prices are all the same. If everything you want have a 99 cents at the end, $7.99, $8.99, $12.99, fine. But keep that consistent. If you want to go a flat number, keep it a flat number. If you want 95s, keep that 95 flat. All right. We're talking about a difference of 10 cents, 5 cents either way, right? 95 to 99 and $1. Talking about 4 cents and 5 cents difference. And that will even impact how somebody buys. So keeping it consistent. All right, that's really the most important thing. So what else? Kathy, I'm not sure about raffle winnings and shipment, but it'll get there when it gets there, which is awesome if you want. So great. But otherwise, you guys, it's really important to check this information out. Think about how you're designing your concepts. Think about what you have for actual storage as well, right? If you're on a food truck, how many items can you really put on a food truck? Pull it back to Chef Vince. Less is best. All right. Tight, great menu with awesome key points. Chef Vince, anything else that you want to throw out there?
Yeah. I just tailor your menus towards your demographics. That's huge. That's just what it is. Understand your clientele, understand what you're selling. If you're going into business, just be aware of what you're selling when you're selling it. So.
100%. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. If you have questions, please do reach out. Otherwise, knock that out. I'm going to be sending out some extra links, some cool stuff. Go ahead and read it, because it's going to help you. Menu design and development ended up being one of my favorite classes of all time when I was at culinary school, because you get to create a menu, right? You get to start thinking about how you would create a menu. I'm going to talk about some other things. I want to talk about truth in menus, right? Truth in menus. What you're writing should be what you're selling. All right. That's really important. And number two, if you don't have a lot of practice writing out a menu, guess what? You're going to be presented with that challenge at some point when you're offered a job and they say, hey, build me a menu. So if you have an idea, if you have something, start writing menus. All right. Is it ravioli or is it handmade ravioli? Is it pumpkin spice latte or is it pumpkin spice latte with a creme brulee top? I don't even know if they sell that, but they probably don't. Anyways, class, have fun, enjoy. Start being really ruthless on menus that you're looking at. Everything, just start absorbing it. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and let me know how we can help. All right. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.